Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I am all alone for this one. This is a game from the JoinDota League, and this is actually a best of 2, which means that we're going to be seeing some awesome stuff come out of these guys. We saw the last game played with Cede.Nullis versus Vhoul Assassins, and Vhoul Assassins did claim that first victory, so spoiler alert guys, my apologies. And also, a huge shout out to my co-caster Cede.Nullis. I think I finally got that right. But he will not be joining us for this one. He had to go and do things like sleep, because he's still human at the end of the day. So anyway, all that said, without further ado, we see the bans going on through. We got Vhoul Assassins banning on a Bristleback. And man, I don't know if I have my overlays right. I know that's exactly what I should be thinking, right? But anyway, Bristleback first banned by Vhoul Assassins. Venomancer first banned by Cede.Nullis. And yeah, Cede.Nullis, they played the last game. Their game was really reliant on them making it to the late game. And Vhoul Assassins, they had an early game, kind of a gank heavy strat, and they were able to get their ganks off, and they got their abilities off, and they had the superior team fight when things came down to it, so they won that game. And we see Cede.Nullis actually banned out the Alchemist, more so respect ban than anything else, because he was in the last game. He did do a little bit for their team, but I mean, they just don't want to let Vhoul Assassins get their hands on it, and they also don't want to use them anymore. So he's banned out this game. Vhoul Assassins go for that first pick, Crystal Maiden. They did it last time, and they'll be doing it again this time. My question is, what will Cede.Nullis be doing to adjust to that? Because last time around, that Crystal Maiden helped the Vhoul Assassins get that early game advantage to actually become super scary. As far as the bans on Vhoul Assassin, they banned out the Bristle, they banned out Chin, early game aggression. I don't think I had to say more about that. Moving over to the picks, we see Cede.Nullis, they picked up a Bane plus a Mirana. So they're going for the old school wombo combo, Nightmare into Arrow, 360, ladder stall, YOLO, swag, hashtag. That's right, that's the symbol hashtag, and the spelling out the word hashtag, so it's hashtag. For all those who don't know. All the cool kids are doing it. Guys, come on, I'm hip.
10 seconds remaining.
But anyway, those two are picked up, so they're going to have that combination. They're going to be looking for those easy kills, easy pick-offs, easiest arrows from Mirana's life. If Mirana misses an arrow after somebody's nightmared, I think it's Mirana's fault. And also, once you do get into the late game, Bane's nightmare becomes more and more important. He has a nightmare to throw on top of somebody, he has a nightmare to lock down somebody. Now, on that same token, we see an Abaddon pickup on the side of Vhoul Assassins, and guys, I don't know what's more frustrating than having a Bane, popping an ulti, or being a Bane and popping your ulti on top of somebody saying, yeah, I got you, and then an Anthropothic Shield just stops it completely. So that Anthropothic Shield, or a Photic Shield, however you pronounce it, I call it Anthropothic because I'm bad with phonics. A Photic Shield, having that Photic Shield stops that ability completely, and also can get rid of the Nightmare, it can get rid of the Arrow Stun, it can get rid of a lot of things. It can also slice and dice and make you an omelet in the morning. You just have to pay more money for it, because Valve will want your money. But yeah, Abaddon's going to be a problem for them to deal with. Bane, I wouldn't say he's automatically countered by Abaddon. He's going to be forced to Nightmare Abaddon and then pop the ult on top of somebody else, which is probably not the best of things, because it's Abaddon. He's not the most important target in the map as far as damage output goes. Moving on to the rest of the bans, we see a Luna ban on Cede.Nullis' side, so they do not want Vhoul Assassins to get their hand on that. And we see 2 bans in the form of Storm Spirit plus the Viper on Vhoul Assassins, and both of those people are very annoying to a Lifestealer, and also they combo well with a Lifestealer, more so Storm than Viper, but Viper has the ulti to hold down somebody who needs to pop a BKB or pop a Rage. Storm Spirit, he can zip in and cast Lifestealer whenever Lifestealer runs away. And all this goes a long way to say that, yeah guys, I do think Vhoul Assassins are going to be going for a Lifestealer. The only person who's not there is is a Razor. He's the only one who's not banned out. But you never know. Maybe Vhoul Assassins want to go for Razor and then Lifestealer and have some crazy wombo combo lineup for themselves. But all is not absolute until they do the final picks. Puck is going to be the ban out coming out from Cede.Nullis. A respect ban indeed. That Puck last game did do some good work. Got the blink off, got the silence off, got the whole entire dream call off, and just changed a whole bunch of team fights that way. So having her out of the pool, very good idea coming out from Cede.Nullis, because they actually want to survive and kill things. Death Prop is going to be a pickup on Vhoul Assassins, and Death Prop's popularity has shot up tenfold ever since, I don't know when, but ever since people started seeing that Death Prop is actually a very, very good pusher / late game tank with air quotes and hard carry with air quotes. Mainly because her ghosts do a lot of damage, and it's physical damage of all things, so you can't pop a BKB to just ignore all that damage while you go try to kill Death Prophet. You can't just pop a Ghost Scepter and expect to survive, because she has a nuke as far as the magic goes to kill you, and you can't just blink in there and expect to do stuff, because first of all, if you blink in there in the first place, you're not going to be able to make it out. She can silence you. She has the witchcraft to move fast as crap. She's invasive. She's annoying. She does a whole bunch of damage, and yet we all still love her. She's kind of like that ex-girlfriend we all hate. Just gonna let that sink in for a minute. So anyway, Death Prophet picked up, very strong pickup for mid, very strong pickup for pushing lanes, very strong pickup for safe lane, off lane. I wouldn't say off lane so much. She doesn't get all that much off lane, but safe lane she does get a whole bunch. But that's kind of wasted farm in my honest opinion, because she'll get her farm whenever she needs to, and she can push towers. I think she's better mid, so she can get her ulti a little bit faster. Cede.Nullis picked up the Weaver, which I think is an excellent pickup, mainly because Weaver, in general, Weaver's usually not the most important target when the team fights do break out. Weaver's just kind of there doing his Gemini damage, and it's like, oh, okay, if I try to focus Weaver, he'll just Akuchi away anyway. So you start focusing on other people. And of course, that means Weaver survives a lot longer, and then over time, Weaver does more and more damage to your team. So having a Weaver pickup, I think, is a really nice pickup for Cede.Nullis, and having the Doom to complement the Weaver is going to be excellent as well, because Doom can soak up a bunch of damage, take up that focus from Weaver, and let Weaver do his work while he kills Crystal Maiden, Death Prophet, and hopefully Abaddon twice. So far, solid pickups coming out from Cede.Nullis. I am expecting to see some nice team fights come out from Cede.Nullis, but then again, the team fight potential coming out from Vhoul Assassins is very, very, very strong. Death Prophet ulti, Abaddon, not really team fight, but just Abaddon, he's there. The fact that he's there makes team fight a little bit more hectic. Timbersaw with all his AoE and everything else, plus his rappels, plus his Roaring Death, plus his stuff to kill Doombringer a lot faster. And, oh yeah, let's not forget the fact that there's a Death Prophet with that ulti. I don't know if I mentioned that, but if I did, I need to mention it twice because it's a very, very important thing to mention. So, they're really going to need to silence or doom the Death Prophet before she gets her ulti off. If they can't doom her before she gets her ulti off, maybe doom Timbersaw and try to kill him under the ulti, but it's going to be a hell of a fight for Cede.Nullis to win. And Vhoul Assassins, they show that they're capable of putting that fight up.
10 seconds remaining.
Just waiting for these guys to go for the next pick. Cede.Nullis, they need another support. On the side of Vhoul Assassins, they need a carry. They need a carry. And we got Slark going to be the ban on Cede.Nullis, so you won't have that roaming gank to counter all your stuff and just be as annoying as possible. Like, freaking Slark is essentially invincible for a whole entire 4 seconds, or however long his ulti lasts. Because you can't, all you can do is throw AoE stuns at him, and the AoE stuns on Cede.Nullis are non-existent, except for Arrow from Ron, that's about it. Enigma going to be the ban off from Vhoul Assassins. Interesting ban from their on their part. They actually have last pick, so I would say that if they did, no, they can't do that. I was about to say if Cede.Nullis did decide to pick up Enigma, then a Ruby could be picked up instantly from Vhoul Assassin to counter that. But then again, a carry Abaddon, I'm not a huge fan of. I've seen it before where there was an Abaddon who literally went Helmeted Dominator plus a Vladimir's Offering, and like he just wrecked face because he has like essentially 2 lives. And all that stuff. It was just disgusting stuff. Needless to say, we lost. Not because of me, guys, but probably because of me. But enough about my personal issues. We got a disruptive pickup on Cede.Nullis. So he should have had the AoE necessary to complement everybody on side of Cede.Nullis. He has his kinetic field. He has his glimpse to push anybody back once they come through, or pull somebody into a very dangerous spot to where Bane can actually get into range to throw his Nightmare, throw his
10 seconds remaining.
Fiend's Grip, for Mirana to throw her arrow, or for Weaver to actually keep right-clicking somebody to death. And the Juggernaut's going to be the last pickup on Vhoul Assassin, so AoE for days on Vhoul Assassin. They got the Crystal Maiden, pretty much everything she has is AoE, except for those middle 2 spells, so 50% of what she has is AoE. Death Prophet, same concept, everything she has AoE except for that Witchcraft. Timbersaw, AoE stuff all around. Juggernaut has that spin, has that ulti, and he also has Blade Dance, which is a very nice crit. That's a high percentage chance, relative to other crits. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game to watch. Will Cede.Nullis be able to pull it together and actually get a victory over Vhoul Assassins, or will Vhoul Assassins run away with this one, claim both games in this best of 2 series, which is a unique format by the way, but in this best of 2 series to actually be able to kill things. And man, I just realized that's been in the wrong spot this whole time. Alright, we got a pause coming out off the back of everything, and while we have that pause, let's do introductions. Starting off on the side of Cede.Nullis, the team who are currently down by 1 game. We see Zizal on that Bane. Moving on to his Mirana, we see Scions are on her. Moving on to his Disruptor, we see Freezer On this Weaver, we see Lion. And guys, I'm not lying to you. That's definitely Weaver on that line. Or that's definitely Lion on that Weaver. Ha, ha. Play with words. Moving on to his Doombringer, we see Supri on Doom. And that ends up the callouts for Cede.Nullis. Moving to the side of Vhoul Assassins, we see on this Crystal Maiden, Drummer. Man, wow, I can't. What are words? Durum, El Vhoul. Hopefully I pronounced it right. On this Death Rod, we see at Waga Gaming. And on this Juggernaut, we see Blue Banana Daz Vhoul. On this Abaddon, we see RMN Dash. And last but not least, on this Timbersaw, we see Vicky the Vhoul. Or, oh, that's not Vicky. Whoa. That is Vilik the Vhoul. And there we go, guys. I'm saying, you guys have watched my videos for a while. You know that I butcher names. Everybody watches CulBlu Dota to watch me butcher names. It's a fact. It's a well-known fact. But as far as combinations coming out from these guys, I do see the early game aggression coming out from Vhoul. Of course, it's obviously there. Crystal Maiden and Frostbite plus Juggernaut spin. Frostbite spin equals win. That's going to be how it plays out. Moving on to the side of TCN, they do have aggression in the form of Bane plus Mirana, but I think it makes them a little bit more vulnerable than the early game aggression coming out from Vhoul. Yeah, Bane has to walk up and Crystal Maiden has to walk up. It's risky for them. And Mirana, she can stand back very far and throw her arrow. And Juggernaut, he can spin. He's magic immune, so he can dodge a few nukes while he's doing that. But at the end of the day, I do favor the early game aggression coming up from Vhoul, mainly because, well, I think Juggernaut's DPS for spin is decent. Okay, 400 damage for a spin at level 1, assuming that it hits you for the full duration. Crystal Maiden and Frostbite, it should hit you for a little bit of damage, not a whole lot. It lasts for 1.5 seconds, 70 damage. So not a whole lot of damage anyway. But it should be enough to kill a Weaver, who only has 435 HP base. Which I think they should go to the lane where Weaver is. I don't know if they're gonna send this Juggernaut plus Crystal Maiden plus Abaddon to a tri-lane down bottom or down up top. But either way, it looks like we got Weaver going down bottom along with his crew. They're going to do a nice little jungle invasion. Try to see if they can catch anybody for a free kill. Going for those runes all by themselves. Good luck coming up from the Abaddon. Nice manner play coming up from both sides. Good luck, have fun in response coming up from Weaver. Actually, it looks like we got a dual lane. We got a 2-1-2 coming out from the Dire. And as far as the Radiant, or coming out from the Radiant, as far as the Dire, we got a 0-0-5. Next level Dota, guys. Just 5-man push. Level 1 5-man push, let's do it. It's like level 1 Roshan, except for you get people killed and people die. But the invasion is happening. They're looking for somebody to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time. They're not going to find anybody because everybody's in the lanes, everybody's hanging
30
out.
seconds remaining.
No vision has been gained yet of any other people down here. Central again places out of the camp. This is a very important thing because Crystal Maiden, she does play in the safe lanes, and usually when she plays in the safe lane, she does go for some jungle farm with her Frostbite. It's a very powerful thing. It's very cool too because she can actually do it. This Frostbite lasts for like what, 7 hours or is it 5 seconds? Yeah, it lasts 10 seconds on creeps. It hits for 70 damage per tick. That's 700 damage for a creep. Which is ridiculous. Haste rune down bottom. They could be picked up by Bane, and arrow can fall out from Mirana from the side. Will they be going for it? I don't really know. The Mirana and... Oh, actually, no. Where's Mirana? There we go. Mirana's way back. Oh, nope. I lied, guys. Mirana's actually mid. So lane matchups confuse me a little bit, but then again, how else would they play it? They could have a Weaver mid. But Weaver versus Death Prophet. I don't know if Weaver survives that all that well because he doesn't have a lot of HP to begin with. So anyway, we see people in jungle. We see someone getting caught up. Bane getting caught in the worst way possible. Brain Sap on top of Abaddon. He will be able to get this kill. No, he needs one more right click. Crystal Maiden body block like a boss. Abaddon gonna hide around the corner. Eats a tree. Eats another tree. Runs on the backside. Trying to go for the juke. The juke will not be happening. Bane does get the kill. No, Disruptor gets the kill. Freezer gonna be able to get that one. And I think if Abaddon would have continued running in the same direction, he would have been able to survive. But the first blood does go to TCN, and they're off to a better start than they were. Actually, no, they're off to the same exact start they were last time. They got the first blood last game, if I recall correctly. So support's job well done. Disruptor, only level 1. Bane, only level 1. Once he is level 2, the aggression will be starting. He'll have that nuke, he'll have that nightmare, and he'll have his brain sap nuke oh. I keep thinking Mirana's down here. Never mind, guys. That's Weaver. It's not the same. It's not as cool. So Doom is already here, picked up a very nice creep. He picked up a, well, what's this? It's a Satar Hellcaller or something like that. Satar Bear Smasher. Satar Mine, what's one of those things. We see somebody in jungle. Disruptor running away from a spinning Juggernaut. Reaper gonna come forward, get ready for the pursuit of damage. He will be able to find a Juggernaut. I don't know if they can actually go for it. Bane is level 2, he has a Nightmare ready. He can actually go for something, but the Anthropathic Shield comes off from Abaddon just to save Juggernaut. And that's gonna be the end of all that aggression. That is no more damage taken before Juggernaut. And I actually totally forgot about that. So, Nightmare from Bane plus Anthropathic Shield from Abaddon equals, or Aphotic Shield from Abaddon equals not so easy kill. Alright, Timbersaw top versus Doom, probably one of the most annoying matchups for Doom. Because he has a bunch of HP, he has like 0 armor, Timbersaw does pure damage, and he still stats from Doom. Whenever he does get that Willing Death on him at all. Looks like he's going to go for something. He might go for a nuke here very soon. Timbersaw trying to get some more mana. Supin needs to be a little bit careful. Gets a whole bunch of damage dealt to him all at once. And Timbersaw no more damage to follow up. Does not have a Timber Chain. Only has 1 point of salvage reactive armor. Meanwhile, mid, we see a little bit of damage coming towards Death Prophet. Bane is here with the Nightmare. They're ready for Death Prophet to walk in the wrong spot. And she will be walking in the wrong spot here very soon. Waga pops a few bottle charges. Bane Nightmare does fly through. Arrow from Rana needs to get in the best possible position. She has to leap just to get into position. The creep is body blocking like a baller. Give this creep a medal, guys. Give this creep a freaking medal. It just saved his ally's life. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got Abaddon. Did Abaddon just start a Disruptor? Did I say that? Yeah, they're on different sides. Right, Disruptor just got a kill on top of Abaddon. Looks like Abaddon died to a Thunder Strike. I keep trying to call it a Thunderclap, but that's not what it is. Bane roaming down bottom. Zizal, will he be able to find any kills is the big question, and the answer is probably not. Meanwhile on top, these guys are just having fun. Timbersaw, no more mana. Doombringer, no more HP. He does have a lot of regen. He's run through a lot of it. But so far, Doom is actually a lot healthier than Timbersaw. Timbersaw has enough mana for nothing. He will have enough mana for a Rappel here very soon. And both sides are just casually farming or sitting back on their laurels, farming what they can. The bottom lane for TCN, their aggressive tri-lane is looking very healthy as far as mana goes. And on the other side, same concept, except for Abaddon. Where's Abaddon taking damage from? No, Abaddon's farming some jungle creeps. Waga on that Death Prophet, going to be guessing the wrong direction for that rune. Abaddon finds it. He might need to pick up. He will be picking up. Disruptor does not have a glimpse just yet. But if he did, I think that might have went for Abaddon. Meanwhile, we got a Timbersaw versus Doom in the jungle. Contesting that jungle farm. Or contesting that pool. Looks like Timber will be winning all that XP from that. Waga on that Death Prophet. Playing very forward. Bane is nowhere near, and this is why I really favor the Bane plus Mirana. I mean, yeah, it's the most obvious thing in the world, but I think if Bane and Mirana would have been in the Suicide Lane, they might have been able to get a few kills on top of this Doombringer oftentimes. And it'll be easy setups, because what is Doom really going to do to run away? But then again, what is Timbersaw going to do versus this tri-lane on the other side? You got a Disruptor with the Glimpse, actually got a whole bunch of damage, getting done to Doom once again. Timbersaw just having a ball, doing all kinds of damage with that Whirling Death. It is definitely the most deadliest thing in the world. And rotations everywhere. Bane Nightmare, will it fall on top of the right person who's going to find a Juggernaut? I don't know if it will be enough though. Jug getting close to those trees. It's going to be running away. Disruptor looking for a glimpse, not going to be able to find it. Just lost the vision range from that. And Juggernaut actually hiding around trees. He doesn't want to get caught out. Bottom tower will be taking a little bit of damage, but not too terribly much. Now, moving on to the items, because the items are very important, especially at this point in the game. Actually, hold on, well, we got Juggernaut going full yellow mode, catches the last hit, catches some damage as well. And he still does, his spin is still intact, and he also has a healing ward. So all in all, I would say, I'll say Blue Banana on this Juggernaut. He's gonna try to go for some tower push, mainly because you don't put so many points inside your healing ward very early. A typical Juggernaut build is to go for a Blade Fairy plus stats, so you can actually have mana to use your Blade Fairy, or actually have HP to use it. But if you do go for that healing ward early on, that signifies early aggression, because that healing ward helps out so much when you push those lanes. Those creeps get so much HP heal in general. It just helps out. Regen Rune down bottom. It will be getting picked up by Sonzor on that Mirana.
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Actually, he's not going to go for it. He's actually going to come back into lane. And I guess he's assuming that Death Drop actually got a rune. Meanwhile, bottom tower's getting hit with a whole bunch of damage. Juggernaut needs to be very careful because he can't get initiated on here very soon. Disruptor does have a glimpse. He can pull Juggernaut to the worst spot possible. But Jug also has a spin. TP does come down bottom. Abaddon's going to be the one to show up. He is level 2, the highest level. And we also got a TP coming in from Crystal Maiden. She's level 3, the second highest level. And they might be trying to go for something. Juggernaut's here. I don't know if they see everybody else in rotation, but the Bugs will be able to scout out the Abaddon. Abaddon after Product Shield, thrown on top of Juggernaut to just keep him alive and nice and healthy. And the tri-lanes are just having a war of attrition. Neither side is actually going in for anything. And as I say that, we see 3 people running around the backside. They're going to try to go for the cutoff. Mirana is level 7. No actual ulti, but if she did have her ulti, that could be easy kill, easy pickoffs. Meanwhile, the fight continues up top. Timbersaw versus Doom. Timbersaw's going to go for the kill on top of Doom. Will Doom be going down? The answer is no to that. He's able to run away just in time. Juggernaut ulti's up. Once he finds a lone target, he will be going for it. The Radiant are in position to actually do something. Mirana went back mid, so she can continue getting her farm. And by the looks of it, Sonzor not going to be involved in this fight at all. Has that regen rune, has something necessary. I don't know, I just saw. Somebody's ate a tree. Never mind. Juggernaut ulti flies on top of Disruptor. Disruptor does go down. Easiest pickup of his life. Only 3 jumps, but that's all he really needs to kill somebody who has such little HP.
May need a hand.
And Blue Banana, nice pickoff. The Sentry Ward, or the Observer Ward on the backside was just barely able to scout that out. They were able to get enough vision on top of Disruptor to kill him. And of course he died. And the push will be happening down bottom. Waga does have his ulti up. He can drop it and go ahead and go for the easy tower kill. It is officially daytime as well, so more vision for Disruptor. So they do need to be a little bit careful about that. And the ghosts are just gonna, you know, run around, punch that tower a few times. Weaver Beetles do fly out. Juggernaut taking a little bit of damage. Not gonna be enough to scare him away. He's gonna go for the fight. The healing ward is dropped down. This is what I said about the healing ward. It heals up the creep so much. It heals up everybody who's here fighting for the tower so much. It just basically makes it to where they can sustain themselves and keep pushing those towers. Bottom tower, not enough damage dealt to it. Okay, there we go. Enough damage dealt to it to allow these guys to deny, and they will be starting to get denied here very soon. Meanwhile, Nightmare does fly on top of Waga, and the bottom tower does get denied.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
And for everybody who's wondering, or for everybody who didn't know, you can deny a tower when it's 10% at its HP. Or when it's at 10% of its maximum HP. Oh my god, the courier's walking. It does get picked off. The courier does go down. There's only 150 gold to everybody. They did recently nerf that, but still, that is a dead courier, which means that is going to be a while before Juggernaut gets anything fancy. He did luckily pick up his items, and that courier was walking back home.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant has reinforced their
top tower for Radiant's under attack. Supri on that Doombringer, has his ulti up, ready to go for something, but not going to be able to find anybody. Not the most opportune opportunities. Meanwhile, Mirana does find a Timbersaw. Timbersaw might be a little bit of trouble. Nightmare from Bane is all he really wants. Arrow from Mirana does land perfect indeed, and that's a dead Timbersaw. Pure damage. You can't dodge that with armor, bro. Just gonna have to sit there and take it. Meanwhile, down bottom, Crystal Maiden takes a nice little chunk of damage. HP pretty much gone. Abaddon trying to run away from Disruptor. We'll be able to find the runaway, but not going to be able to run too far forward or backwards. Arrow from Mirana does fly. Does not hit anybody. Almost hits a Crystal Maiden. I think I would have nuked her down to 0 HP. And now Mirana actually leaps in. She goes for the kill on top of Mirana. Ulti from Juggernaut does fall on top of Mirana. He gets a kill that way. And that I do not think was a fair trade. Crystal Maiden, she's going to be coming back alive in like 2 seconds anyway. Mirana, she's going to be alive in like 24 seconds. Her ulti's up at least. So they can go for something. Disruptor throws out the glimpse, catches Abaddon. Abaddon doesn't have his ulti just yet. Does get a little bit of damage off on top of Disruptor, but not enough. Meanwhile, Nightmare from Bane on top of Juggernaut, so he can't chase anymore. And the Nightmare does end. So item choices, because we see Weaver has a hand of Midas. Items are looking decent on the side of the Dire. They're looking decent on the side of the Radiant. Neither side truly has that big of an advantage. The only difference is a tower's worth of gold. And if I do look at the gold graph, I would bet my money to say that's about it. Nope. My money's gone, guys. 3,000 gold in favor of TCN, which, as you guys know, a tower's worth about 1,000 gold. So Mirana finds a Death Prophet. Death Prophet going to continue to run away. Waga, will you be able to make us alive? The answer is probably not. Bane does come around from the other side. Sounds from Death Prophet. Doesn't stop right click, sadly. And Bane going to be able to derp on over and get his kill. Yeah, I mean, let's look at the last hits. Weaver has the most last hits. Pretty good stuff. Timbersaw, he's right behind him. Not that big of a deal. He was doing a good job of just zoning out Doombringer, because Doom has to be very careful in that lane. He does lose a lot of stats, he does lose a lot of HP versus the Timbersaw. So excellent job on Vhoul's side. Taking a look at the net worth to see who's worth the most. Weaver actually is, and that hand of Midas is definitely helping out. His levels are probably the highest as well. I wouldn't be too terribly surprised. And the answer to that is probably, yeah, no, it's not. He was in a tri-lane, forgot. But Ramana's down here. Arrow flies from Ramana, does not catch the Abaddon. Abaddon is not level 6, so he will be level 6 after a few more creeps die. And once he does hit level 6, that will be great. He gets his level 6, he's going to put a point inside his ulti before anything too bad goes down. And come on, Abaddon, put a point in your ulti, please. They're trying to go for kills on Mirana. Mirana gets silenced up, so she can't leap away. A lot of damage coming out from Death Prophet. Pure damage from Timbersaw picks out the Mirana. Beautiful kill coming out from him. And Abaddon now has his ulti. Nope, I lied. He's actually not going for his ulti.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Juggernaut, if he had detection, he would kill a Weaver. Crimson Maiden looking for a Frostbite. Will be able to get it. Frostbite does land. Juggernaut ulti gonna fly through here very soon. Oh my god, does not throw an ulti. Instead, forgoes it and tries to go for a few more right clicks. Bane was also around the corner. His Nightmare's up. By the looks of it, they didn't know about it, so I guess that makes sense why Juggernaut didn't go for it. Actually, Juggernaut's going to go for Bane instead. Bane is around the corner. They don't want to go down here sorry, they don't want to go down here too easily. Too many creeps around. Yes, it's not a good time to actually pop the ulti yet. They do catch two. Doombringer ulti. He does fly on top of Juggernaut, and Juggernaut is going to be going down. Oh my gosh, the worst turn of events. Crimson Maiden is going to be the next one to fall down. Takes a whole bunch of damage coming from Weaver. Takes a whole bunch of damage coming from Doom. Tries to TP away. Not going to be enough. And that is her dead. Burned to ashes, as you guys heard him say. Meanwhile, the bottom tower goes down. Timbersaw's all alone. Going to go for a kill on top of Weaver instead. Picks him off. Easy kills. Easy. Because Weaver has like 0 damage. Timbersaw juking around the corner. He will be able to get some more damage on top of Doom. Doom here very soon. Nightmare from Bane. Just going to waste Timbersaw's mana. And Phoenix Grip from Bane. Just going to take away Timbersaw's mana. While Doom just casually punches him in the face. In lowest hell. And Timbersaw down. Timbersaw down for the count. He's working on a Bloodstone though, so at least he's only 2 pieces away from that. Taking another look at the goal graph, it did go in favor of the Radiant temporarily, and then it went straight back down towards the Dire. And guys, let's talk about slopes. For all those who've taken math classes and all that stuff, you know that the steeper the slope, the faster the rate of change, and that is perfectly the case here. In that small, short time period, it just sank right back down towards the Dire. So the Radiant, they're fighting back and forth with the Dire, but it's not in their favor. Meanwhile, Bane taking a lot of damage. He will be able to get a brain stab. Does bait out the Death Prophet. Death Prophet might be going down here very soon. Takes a whole bunch of damage. She will be not going down. She's taking still some more damage. After probably shield, keeping her alive. Sounds from Death Prophet does catch one person, only the Mirana, and Waga needs to be a little bit more careful now. Abaddon trying to keep the heals up and nice and heavy. I hear a Juggernaut spinning, but I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Oh, jeez. Computer, stop doing things. There we go. Juggernaut ulti is available. Waga on that Death Prophet moving fast as crap with those power treads for stats, and she's working on a mechanism.
Radiant's bottom tower has uninvited guests.
Top tower taking a bunch of damage. Doombringer ulti is available. They might want to go for Timbersaw. They will be going for Timbersaw. Timbersaw getting hit with the ulti. The TP comes in top from Death Prophet. Death Prophet does have her ulti available. If she can just get it off. She does not go for it just yet. Frostbite comes out from Crimson Maiden. All the damage from Death Prophet will be flying through on top of Doom's face, and now they're going to go for Disruptor, who's actually going to try to TP out. He dies the same exact way. Mirana forced to pop that ulti, and doesn't really save anybody.
Radiant's middle tower may need a hand.
Middle tower does get fortified. Arrow from Mirana does fly. Doesn't hit in time, but Bane's ulti hits in more than just enough time. Juggernaut's ulti will be running out here very soon. Does take a little bit more damage. Does lose a little bit of mana, but he has enough mana to pop the ulti, so Bane needs to be very careful. Because that is an ulti. I don't know if Juggernaut's level 11. Nope, he's on level 9, so it's still only 3 jumps. But once he does hit level 11, it does go up to 6 jumps, which is a lot more damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Who'd have thunk, right? Alright, we see a hand of Midas on Weaver, we see a hand of Midas on Mirana, and if the game keeps going the way it's going, guys, I want to say TCN or Cede.Nullis are going to be able to just run away with this game. The main reason is that they're essentially doing to Vhoul what Vhoul did to them last game. And that is basically own the mid game and just take away way more than any team can take away. Yes. So that way they don't have any comfortable way of farming. Anyway, Abaddon level 8, no ulti just yet. Sadly, Miranda doesn't know that. She's backs away. That's like some next level mind games. Holy crap. But yeah, Abaddon, he's up to level 8. Once he hits level 9, he'll probably get his ulti, I imagine. And then his Curse of Avernus, and then his ulti again. Down bottom, here's this Weaver. Not going to be getting caught out. No sounds coming off of Death Rock. She's not as fast as she wants to be. Waga really wish she had more movement speed, because what does Death Rock need more of? That's right, guys, movement speed. Moving at 412 already. Timbersaw moving at 362 to put that into perspective. When you do get max move speed, you move at 522. So Death Rock is moving pretty darn fast. Just not max. Walker going to go ahead and pop that ulti. TP support does come down bottom. Disrupt is all in one here. And he does back away immediately. He doesn't want to go down. Bottom tower will be going down. Fortify does come through. This TP supports do come in. Bane gets a nightmare off the top of Timbersaw. Timbersaw taking a little bit of damage coming off the thing. Disruptor gets a beautiful wall plus his ulti catching everybody. Abaddon going to be the first victim by the looks of it. Timbersaw going to come back in for the fight. Bane ulti going on through, catching a Juggernaut, killing him easily. Meanwhile, the fight's going to continue on the front side. Deathrock is the only one left alive, and I'm trying to find her, but she's moving a little bit too fast for my own camera. She did get hit with that Doombringer ulti. She is going to be getting healed up. At the back end of this, Disruptor gets a glimpse off on top of Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden going to get pushed into the fire and does get eaten alive. Multi-kill coming out for coming out for Mirana. Double kill for her. Good job. You deserved it. And they're going to go for Roche. Because what do you do after you win a team fight and have all the map vision in the world? You go for Roche. Speaking of map vision, look at the vision coming off from the Radiant. They can see basically inside the jungle, so they know when somebody's farming. That's really about it. But the Dire, on the other hand, they have a ward in essentially every single lane, every single area of attack that's possible. They know where anybody or where the supports are rotating. They know who's coming down mid. They know who's coming into their jungle, and they can just get some easy pickoffs. Although I will admit that this ward is a little bit mediocre. I would like this ward to be right about here. It'd be much better there. Because you can actually see who's actually in the jungle or who runs around the side. Like, they could have scouted out the Timbersaws down here. But they'll be able to scout out Timbersaws here anyway. Timbersaw comes forward, finds a Bane, not going to like what he sees. Weaver's coming down as well, getting the right clicks off. So much damage. Bane blinks forward. I didn't even realize he had a blink dagger, but he needs to go and throw a Nightmare if he's going to throw it. Because Timber's still running away. TP support does come through. I need to get my map vision back up. There we go. All is well. All is well in love and war. And this is definitely love. I mean, war. Ping's coming through. Doombringer is scouted out. Sentry Ward plus Observer Ward do give them the vision. Now they're going to go for Juggernaut. I don't know if they're trying to bait. They might be trying to bait. If Doom does drop that ulti, it's going to be easiest killed. Sentry Ward does go through. Doombringer taking a whole bunch of damage. He does go down. And the Aegis actually went on Mirana. No, the Aegis went on Weaver. So if that Doom had an Aegis, he would have been able to survive, but that would have been a wasted Aegis. So at least it was on somebody who really needs it, like a Weaver. Because he is flimsy as paper, even with that BKB. Mirana up top.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
Sunzor almost has himself a Manta style. Roughly 600 go away from that. Rotation coming in from Doombringer. Freezer, I don't know what he'll really be able to do to stop this push. Too many ghosts, too much damage. I would be afraid of ghosts to devour him as well. The healing ward is thrown down as well, so they're going to go for the push mid game. Oh, sorry, they're going to go for the push mid lane. The damage will be there. The damage that they need is there. Somebody's taking up tower. That's Abaddon. Abaddon ulti is available. And Sentry was placed on the backside as well. Just for the fights. TPs do come forward. Mirana ulti does go through. They will be able to scout everybody's invis. They know the Mirana ulti's down. They're trying to run away. Arrow from Mirana will fly here very soon. There's beautiful disruptor ulti. Catches a few people, but not enough. Doesn't catch the wall. Chris Mana eats an arrow in the face. Timbersaw hit with that Doombringer ulti. A lot of damage going her way. Chris Mana actually gets her ulti off in the midst of all the craziness. Actually helps them get a kill. Double kill for Chris Maiden. And now we got Doombringer. He looks like he'll be the next person to die. Weaver pops his ulti. Weaver, where are you? Weaver pops his ulti and runs away. He has H's. He could have died, but he wants to save it for another team fight. And I'm actually extremely surprised that Vhoul made it out there without so much as a scratch. And by scratch, I mean a dead Timbersaw. But come on. Technicality, guys. Semantics. Smoke of Deceit is used. The rotations do come back into the jungle. Abaddon just wanted to go ward. Has his Tranquil Boots. Has his ulti. Getting the ward in a very good spot. Gonna be able to get it on that, there we go. Very good spot. Also needs the line in the middle. Nope, nope, not gonna go for a meal. Okay, gonna run for the jungle. Oh, okay, gets one in the middle. And does he get scouted out by Bane? I think he saw the ward though. I want to say Bane saw the ward get dropped. Styles finished up on Sanzor. And we also got Mechanism on both sides. Defrov actually decided to build a Mechanism, and she's working on what looks to be a Heart or a Bloodstone. Can't really tell, but she does have that Vitality booster. Arrow from Rana does fly, hits on top of Timbersaw, which is actually a good person for her to hit on top. They're going to go for the kill on top of Timbersaw. It doesn't really matter. Timbersaw actually gets healed up from the Mechanism. Defrov comes forward, does a whole bunch of damage. Doomburger stands still, takes damage, dies, and Juggernaut ultis down. But he does have a Drum of Endurance. He gets glimpsed back by Disruptor. Beautiful spin coming up from him. Disruptor thought he was free, but now he's not. And Arrow from Rana does fly, hits on top of nobody. And Defrov coming forward. Waga is on the death march, trying to see if he can find any and everybody he can. If they pick out the Weaver, this is great, especially since the Aegis will be down then. But I don't know how long is left for that Aegis. I wish you could like hover over and see how long is left. For viewers, or spectators. That would really help out. But Military will be going down to good old-fashioned right clicks. Juggernaut does have a healing ward up in 11 seconds. Abaddon hit with that ulti, or hit with that stun from Rana. His ulti is up, so he will be fine if the fight does continue. Meanwhile, Bane gets caught on the backside. The Sentry Ward, no Sentry Ward is getting placed. She said, actually no, Sentry Ward gets placed right on top of Bane. Bane does go down. Juggernaut going for the spin, trying to get some more damage. His ulti will be up, and nope, doesn't really matter. He's dead. Meanwhile, we got a dead Abaddon around the backside. Does get doomed up. A lot of damage coming towards the people who are trying to run away. Crystal Maiden TP's out. She makes it alive. Timbersaw goes down. And he only stays dead for 5 seconds. That is how many Bloodstone charges he's had. And oh, they're still going for a kill. Wow, they're still trying to kill people. Defrov is the only one left alive. Waga will be going down. Still juking like a baller. Will he be able to get out in time? Looks like he's going to try to kill himself to the fountain. Not going to be able to find it. Not going to be able to find that tower in time, but does walk towards the light. And she is officially crossed over for 46 seconds. So, like I said before, TCN, if the game continued the way it was before all that madness happened, then they'll be able to just take this game and run away with it. But with all that push coming out from Vhoul, I'm glad to see that they actually playing a whole bunch of towers. Which means that we will be seeing this game continue on. We'll be seeing this game be as close as it is. The goal graph, I wouldn't be surprised if it was close. It's actually not close at all. TCN still have the advantage, but Vhoul have had a very, very, very strong push. So I do think this is more so towards the 0 mark, to be fair. But then again, the goal graph doesn't lie. It's obviously not in favor of Vhoul yet. Taking a look at the XP graph. The XP graph is showing is in favor of TCN, so they do have the better levels, which would make a lot of sense. If I looked at the levels, current level, hero level. Yep, 2 people on top. Mirana has an ulti level 3, which is great because that means her ulti will be up every 100 seconds, which is essential, like, I mean, every single time she needs it. Weaver almost has level 3 of his ulti, which means that it will cost 0 mana, and he'll be able to pop it whenever he wants. Defrov Waga almost has level 16, 2 levels away from that, and that means more ghosts, more damage, more YOLO. So yeah, so far things are matching up pretty well. I mean, I don't know how many times I can say it, but the push coming out from Vhoul is really nice. We've seen that happen many times. Juggernaut with that healing ward, Defrov with the ghost, and Crystal Maiden with her Crystal Nova? Crystal Nova. Just doing a nice little nuke damage to the creeps. So looks like we will be going to a tower trade. We got a Disruptor plus Mirana going to go for the kill on top of his bottom tower. I don't know if they'll be able to get in time before they lose their own tier 3 tower, but we will be seeing some we'll be seeing some TP response here very soon. TPs do come out. Disruptor does TP back to base, trying to see if he can find anybody. Not going to be able to find nothing. Mirana's going to just have a ball pushing down this. Meanwhile, the fight's going to be happening on top. Defrov ulti's doing a whole bunch of damage to this tower. TP coming in from Mirana. She wants to go for the fight. She wants to help her team out. Sounds from Defrov. It catches a few people. Juggernaut ulti going to bounce on a few people. Mirana does leap out just in time. BKB getting popped by Doom. Gets his ulti off on top of Abaddon, so he can't really do anything but just stand there and take the damage. And now the fight's going to continue happening. Defrov does go down. I don't know how she died, but she does go down. And now we got a Bane. He's going to be the next one to die. No, he's still alive. Timbersaw, not going to find it. Trying to rifle to the tree. Not going to be able to find anything else. Juggernaut getting chased. Getting ran down like he stole something. And he obviously stole something. That is some kills, and he does go down. Timbersaw's still alive. He can TP out. If he would TP out, it would be nice. But he insists on giving us heart attacks. Arrow from Rana does fly. Oh my gosh, it almost hit Timbersaw, and Vhoul is going to continue to run. Bane gets a Nightmare. Bane does not have a Fiend's Grip, but who really needs a Fiend's Grip when you have this kind of damage following you up in the backside? Vhoul, he did cancel his TP. Like I said before, he's actually going to try to go for a kill on top of Disruptor before he goes down, and he just might be able to. He just might be able to suicide before he actually takes too much damage and dies. Or he just might survive. Like I said before, guys, once Timbersaw builds a freaking... Never mind, doesn't really matter. He's going to die. I was just about to say, once Timbersaw builds a Bloodstone, he just doesn't die. But there we go. We got Timbersaw still dying at the end of the day. Maybe if he took like 2 steps more forward before he popped that TP scroll, he would have been able to make it out alive. But I want to say that that Mirana arrow would have hit him if he would have stayed there. Really hard to tell. It was a very, very close to the end of the arrow's travel path, and I think it might have been just barely out of the pixel range. Because as everybody knows, the actual hit area or hitbox for before we talk about that, Abaddon, wow, ult again popped immediately. I don't know if he popped that himself or if it looks like he manually casted that. Doesn't really matter. He goes down. Somebody gets pulled into the fight. That is going to be a Juggernaut. He does go down. Double kill going for Doombringer, and the fight will be continued. The push will continue as well. And TCN says, bro, you can push us all you want. We got the damage to kill every single one of y'all 3 times over. Or 2 times over in Abaddon's case, but 3 times over in the case of Juggernaut. I think that's the 3rd time he's died in a team fight like that. So we're just waiting for the creeps to come up. We see the Radiant going to go ahead and position themselves the most advantageously as advantageously as they possibly can. Chris May getting the Frost Nova off, taking a whole bunch of damage, 218 damage. Doombringer has his ulti up, trying to see if he can find a Death Prophet. Not going to be able to find it. Yes, he will be able to find a Death Prophet, but who really needs to throw a Death Prophet when he can throw on top of somebody else? She's actually going to get the Ghost off. Waga's still alive, getting healed up by Timbersaw, Bloodstone, and Doom actually might be in trouble. The Ghosts are doing a whole bunch of work. I'm sad to see that the Doom ulti did not go down. And oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going on? There we go. Weaver trying to run away, does get scouted out, silenced up, taking damage from the Ghost, and Vhoul defend their base. They defend their base. Their tower only took, you know, almost all of its HP to survive. But still, they do defend. And this will be a great time to Roche if it were so up. Looks like Roshan actually about to be up here very soon. The pings do come on the map. It will be coming in probably as soon as everybody walks in here. It looks like Roshan pop up. He's not going to pop up. Oh my gosh, these guys are going to miss it. Just barely. Like 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds time. There he is. There you are, you big coot. So if the Radiant knew Roshan was up right now, they would be able to go for it, which is why I kind of like the new timer for Roshan. A few people complained and said, it's stupid, it just makes it random for no reason. But I do think it's great to know that it doesn't come up exactly every 10 minutes. Because a lot of times teams will just go for a push and say, oh, okay, wait guys, we got 4 minutes for Roshan, let's wait all 4 minutes and be boring. Instead, it forces you to say, okay, Roshan's not up, let's go farm. And speaking of farming, Death Prophet has some nice items, but not enough to keep, well, actually no, it was enough to keep her alive. I want to say she survived by Mechanism. It was about 300 HP worth left on Waga when she was popping that ulti. Timbersaw Bloodstone, he's working on a Sheepstick, which would be excellent versus a Weaver. It'd also be excellent versus a Mirana and a Doombringer. So he's going to have to choose his targets wisely. Crystal Maiden working on a BKB, which would be great so she can channel her ulti fully. Juggernaut going for that Manta style instead of going for Desolator or a Melanair or something to give him a own hit proc, which I do agree with the Manta style, mainly because Juggernaut does need the stats. He does need stats. The more HP he has, the faster he gets healed up from that healing ward. And Aegis actually goes to Weaver, who has all kinds of damage. He has crit plus a MKB, and the Hand of Midas helps out as well, hitting for a whole entire 900. Oh, whoa, sorry, too high. Hitting for a whole entire 200 and something. About 200. Oh wait, no, that's something. 241. There you go. Math, or maths, as some people call it. BKB is up on Doom. We've seen him use that a few times. He's working on what looks to be a Shiva's Guard, which would be great. He did go for that int item first. The armor would have helped out too. Either one would have been a good choice in this fight. The more armor you have, the better survivable you are versus Death Prophet ulti. And actually, Death Prophet is going to be working on that Bloodstone. It's going to be a little bit late, but it will be there. Mirana has that Deso, has that Manta style, so she can do a lot of damage. She can dish out the deeps. Disruptor working on what looks to be an Agon Receptor, so you can get that AoE Sheepstick, or that's not Sheepstick, AoE, it's not a sheep, AoE Doom, there you go. Disruptor will have that AoE Doom once he gets those 2 pieces up, but he really does need to farm that up, and I do think that that'll be an excellent item for him to have. Because if you can disable items and disable abilities, that would be great for somebody like a Death Prophet who has that mechanism, so she can't pop that and stay alive. That'd be great for Timbersaw, so he doesn't actually sheep up anybody. That'd be great for Crystal Maiden, so she doesn't pop that magic wand. Juggernaut will probably still die anyway. And that'll also be great for Abaddon, because it disables Vlads. Not too sure if it disables Vlads, but we'll see. We'll see. So taking a look at the graphs that I never look at for some reason, we see the gold graph is still in favor of TCN. They have the superior team fight. They have superior damage output, but they do not have the superior team fight. And Vhoul have only been holding on because they've been able to shoo TCN outside of the base every single time that they have knocked on the doors. TCN, they are in favor of in the XP range, which I think will go to their advantage for now. But as I always say about the XP graph, guys, the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer and longer the game goes on, the closer and closer that converges to 0. But it's still a really good indicator where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you guys can see, TCN have the advantage. They have the level advantage. 3 of their people at the top. Death Prophet level 16, so at least she has level 3 of their ulti, but less stats than what everybody else has at the top. But slowly but surely, you see that gap is closing up. Timbersaw, Juggernaut, and Death Prophet are right behind these guys as far as levels. Which is not that bad of a place to be, especially since everybody's closing slowly but surely on that level 16. So by the looks like we got Team Vhoul just turtling up as hard as they can. They know Weaver has Aegis, they know that he'll be around there just cooching around doing all kinds of disgusting damage. But the only drawback to all this holding back is that they can't really safely farm the people on Team Vhoul. Because if they do get caught out, then they'll easily get picked off. TCN is all about that pick-off team. They had that Bane, they had that Mirana, and they have a Disruptor who can pull you back. And speaking of pull you back, we got Viking Vhoul, might be in a little bit of trouble, does get pulled back, glimpsed back into the worst place possible. A wall can come from Disruptor. Oh my god, I got sneeze, but it won't come out. Nightmare comes from Bane. Bane might be forced to use his ult just to kill his Timber. And yes, he will use it. And here comes the rest of the damage. Mirana ulti does fly through, allowing everybody to creep up on him. They do get the kill. And I don't agree with that Mirana ulti. I think they could have killed Timber without that Mirana ulti. Actually, no, I do agree with that Mirana ulti. Weaver running away does get caught out in the worst spot possible. I don't know what he was doing down there. I honestly did not realize that he was down there dying. But a Mirana ulti was used. Now these guys will be forced to stand here and die. Disruptor throws out the wall. A lot of Atos gets thrown on top of Disruptor. BKB, I heard it. It gets popped up by a Doombringer. And Death Prophet pops her ulti. Which is not that big of a deal. Because Waga has her ulti out, and she can do more damage, to be honest. Disruptor pulls back a Juggernaut. I think he should have pulled back the Death Prophet so everybody can actually survive and not take damage. Rod is getting used by Waga, trying to get the kill on top of Doom, and Doom is still running away, trying to see if he can make it out alive. He does have that Shiva's Guard, which is really helping him out as far as keeping him alive and keeping him nice and healthy.
Looks like the Ghost will be ended. Is not safe.
And the Blinks do come out, the TPs do come away. Bane, no more Nightmare for you, but Doom is here. Doom is ready. Abaddon is ready to get his ulti going through. Gets a little bit of damage on top of Bane. Pops up an Anthropathic Shield. The slow comes out from Doombringer, popping that Aphotic Shield, Anthropathic Shield, whatever you want to call it. And the kill does go towards Doom. Actually, wait, no, never mind. Oh wow, suicide of all things. Abaddon suicided with his miscoil, because he's way better at this game than I am. I would have just sat there and died and cried while I was dying. Which is why I'm not playing right now. I'm casting for you guys. Oh yeah. Middle tower is going to get pushed because these guys need to push while Weaver's down. Weaver should have buyback. Nope, Weaver doesn't have buyback. He actually bought back. And did he buy back and jump into that fight? Holy crap. Anyway, a lot of damage coming in the way of these towers. These towers will be going down. Juggernaut has a healing ward up, but he's not going to use it. He needs to go ahead and use it. Doombringer pops that BKB, goes for a kill on top of Crystal Maiden of all people. Bane ulti is flying on top of Death Prophet. She does go down. Waga's dead. The glimpse comes up on top of Juggernaut. He's going to be forced to run back the other way. TP does come out for somebody. I didn't see who it was, but it does come out for them. Doombringer pops that ulti on top of Jug. Jug's going to continue running, trying to just tackle his way through the pain, but the pain is too much. He does finally fall. And it looks like these guys will try to break that base. They will try to break that base. But they did lose one in the middle racks, which means these creeps, these range creeps coming out from the Dire will be hitting a little bit harder. But it's only the range creeps. They're just like disgustingly huge. Look at that. It's like obnoxiously big. It's weirdos. Hey, Shiva's Guard really helping out though. Negative 40 AoE, or negative 40 attack speed AoE. Helping out versus the damage versus Juggernaut. And that's really about it. Death Prophet, I don't think you can stop that damage much. All you can do is build more armor. And oh look guys, Shiva's Guard gives you armor. Woohoo!
Radiant's middle tower.
Middle tower does go down, and the middle Raxes will be going down here very soon. Juggernaut will be up, and Death Prophet will be up in time to defend at least one of the Raxes, but I don't think they'll be able to do much. Bane, no, oh my gosh, the arrow still does hit, and then we got Timbersaw stunned up. Can't really do anything with standstill. Weaver actually is the one standing still. Pops his beat, forces to pop his BKB just to scooch you out. He'll be alive. He'll be fine. It's just a flesh wound, bro. Just walk it off. And in return, TCN claimed that melee Rax, which I think is better to claim the melee Rax if you want to push it, or push a lane. Get to claim the range Rax, because the range Rax gives you a mega range creep, which does a little bit of damage. But we got a wraparound gang coming up from TC, and they had the Mirana ulti. They're going to just wrap around and engulf everybody. Bane comes forward, gets the Nightmare on top of Abaddon, and this looks like it's going to be a dead everybody. Disruptor throws that ulti down, catches a few people. Not going to catch too many. Juggernaut going to get hit with a nice little Shiva's Guard, doing a little bit of damage to Doom. Too many people around for him to actually do all that much damage. He's going to go for the kill on top of Weaver. Weaver will be the one to fall. It looks like a lot of damage getting done towards Juggernaut. Sadly, the spin does not protect you from physical damage. We got Bane still alive. Not going to be going down. His ulti is up. He's getting chased by Juggernaut Illusions. Will the Illusions be able to get the kill? Bane blinks away, able to make it out alive. Meanwhile, the fight does happen in the middle of the lane. These guys are still going to go for it. Doom will be the only one left alive. Will he be able to get anything? Abaddon getting burned to death. Trying to go for the kill on top of Doom. Doom getting so much freaking regen coming out from that red carpet. I don't think Doom will be able to make us one, but Abaddon doesn't have nearly enough damage to actually continue the chase. It looks like he's going to be forced to run away and just kill the creeps mid, because these creeps are huge. Doom able to limp away, 500 HP to his name. Sheep sticks up on Timbersaw as well. That's going to play a big part in the next fight. I want to say that he didn't use it last fight. Maybe because he got exploded or controlled, or I don't know.
Dire's middle barracks are not
but the middle Raxes will be going down, and Vhoul, I mean, the game is going back and forth and back and forth. For all intents and purposes, guys, let's just expect TCN to push Vhoul out, and then push all the way towards the tower, and then Vhoul will push TCN out, and then keep going back and forth for like 90 minutes.
Radiant's top tower needs bandits.
And of course, I say that jokingly. I don't actually want that to happen because that'll take forever. Anyway, Bane does get caught out, does get turned into a piggy, gets hit with all kinds of CC, does go down, easiest kill of your life. This just might be GG. Vhoul, will they be going for a second victory? Well, TPs do come forward. Doombringer ulti is not up, but it will be up soon. Mirana ulti does go through. Catches a few people. BKB getting popped by Doom. Doom going full man mode, trying to see if he can find a kill on top of something. 11 seconds for ulti. He's not going to be able to do much. Disruptor gets his glimpse off on top of Death Prophet. Death Prophet gets hit with the ulti from Disruptor. I don't know. Yeah, he has Axe. So that's a nice little mute. A lot of damage coming towards Juggernaut. And Juggernaut dead. Abaddon getting healed up from all the damage. Says, yes, feed me more of your tears. And it looks like he will be crying himself to death. And he does go down. And like I said, guys, I mean, they're going to push in. They're going to push him out, push into the base, and they get pushed out, then push back in. Then,
Radiant's bottom tower has uninvited guests.
It's like watching an educational video about... Okay. Let's leave it at that. Let's not finish that sentence, guys.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty situation.
And speaking of nasty situations, what items do we see? Nothing all that impressive since the Agzone Disruptor, really. Doom's working on the AC, which is really going to help out everybody once that Death Prophet ulti goes to people. Will they actually have enough time to pop another Death Prophet ulti? The Fortify comes through, Timbersaw plus Crystal Maiden, the only two really left alive to go for the pushback. And Crystal throws out a Nova, and the damage comes from Timbersaw, but it's not going to be enough. Bane gets a Nightmare off. The arrow from Mirana does get blocked by Creep and Bane. Bane going to try to see if he can find something on top of Timbersaw. The piggy gets turned, or somebody gets turned to a piggy. Didn't see who it was, but it doesn't matter. These Raxes are dying ridiculously fast, and the bottom Raxes are the only ones left here. And that is no tower left. The Death Prophet will be up. Waga, we'll see what he'll be able to do to help them push this back, but they're going to be having Mega Creeps in their base right here.
Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen.
And the Mega Creeps are here. We got the TP coming forward from Juggernaut. He's looking for ulti, see if he can find a target. He will be able to find the Doombringer, and that's the only target he can actually get. A lot of damage coming towards Doom. That's really all they got, but they've lost everything. And I do think that's more than worth it. Losing the Doombringer for a Mega Creeps, definitely worth it. And we'll just have to see what Vhoul do. They're really going to need Death Prophet to be alive, because her damage over time, when those team fights do break out, is really what's changing, or really what's keeping them in this game. They need Juggernaut's push from that healing ward, because that's really going to help them win this game as well. And the only lane they have really to push is mid. And Roshan is back up of all things, so the team that wins the next team fight is probably going to go for Rosh. Marna ulti does get used. Juggernaut getting hit with the mute. He's going to be going down here very soon. Weaver has the damage necessary. Bane gets the ulti off the top of Death Prophet. No ulti for you. She goes down. Waga is dead. The Waga is dead. Timbersaw, he's going to be getting caught out as well. Does wrap into a tree. He's going to be getting scouted out, coming out from that frostbite. Does coming out from that frost area. GGs do come through from Juggernaut. And GG indeed. TCN fought back very hard. We're able to pull out with the victory in this game. And Vhoul is going to be losing this game. So the score is officially going to be written down as 1-1. It is a best-of-2 series, which means there will be no tiebreaker. But after all this madness, guys, I don't think I could handle a tiebreaker. It would be ridiculous. My heart rate would be like skyrocketing, like that ancient just skyrocketed. Anyway, my name is CulBlu. I just brought you guys this game in the JoinDota League. This was the League 2.2 European, I think. I don't know if I called that correctly, but anyway, that's it for this match. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys whenever.